when we came here, expectations weren't really clear. We were really wondering how can we contribute to Ukraine, and in fact, being here was a wake-up call. We've learned so much to take home with us, and we are very humbled by the achievements that Lviv has already made, that Ukraine has already made. There's so much to take home with us. I think the resilience and the ingenuity that your country and your city has showed us, has learned us, is a great lesson for us as small Western European cities. And really, there's so much to take home. There's so much we've learned. It's now indeed time to let it all settle in. But I'm sure every minute we've spent here was more than valuable. I work as an emergency planning coordinator. That means that we look ahead at potential threats in the near future. I'm not saying we will experience the same ordeals as Ukraine is facing, but we might have secondary effects. We might experience like hybrid warfare in the near future. And I'm sure that in Europe we're quite prepared when it concerns short-term crises, very localized crises. But we don't have any experience in long-term disruptive events as Ukraine is facing right now. So for us it's vitally important to take our emergency protocols, our emergency plans, and just project them on what Ukraine is facing. And I'm pretty sure that we will find out that neither us as governments nor our population is prepared for what you're facing, not even a small portion of it. So the experiences we learn from you and how you dealt with it, especially in the first weeks, first months of conflict, are vitally important to make us better prepared for potential future events.
Well, I came here with the idea, what can Frankfurt in Germany do for Lviv? I'm going home with having learned a lot of things, and I think we need to learn a lot more about resilience, crisis preparedness in other cities in Europe. What I also learned is that Lviv is a European city, and although it's a city at war, it's a very lively city, a city of people who resist the forces of war. I think what has happened in the Ukraine in the last few years is what we've seen now in other countries in the European Union as well. The global world order is under threat, is having effects already in Ukraine, and I think the cities in other parts of Europe need to prepare for the effects that might hit them eventually. To be ready to have electricity 24/7 is something we accept as normal, but it's not normal. What I've learned here is that the companies are decentralizing. The city council is decentralizing its various support services, electricity, water, etc., something that we need to take into account in the future in Europe. It was very amazing to see colleagues from various cities across Europe to come together and listen and see and experience what is happening in Lviv. I think we really need to build up a coalition of cities, of professional executives in various cities to exchange on a working level, exchange experiences, exchange ideas, and learn from each other. And I think that has really been a funding moment here in the last 2 days that we can use now to build up a network across Europe to learn from what has been happening in the Ukraine and from the innovative powers that we've observed. It's really been amazing.
And what's really impressed me is how focused the people are, how resilient the people are, how resistant the people are, how they work together, and everybody know what to do, and everybody works and comes together. And that's really impressed me, how things could done here, how fast things could done. The other thing is, always people say things different, but between your experience here and our experience in the peaceful part of Europe could be 1 year or 2 years. So we have to throw that thinking away and to work together as Europe to make us strong. What the difference is between other ideas right now in the world, if we work together, I really believe in that. If you work together, you can make a better world. And that's basic here. We start to read about each other, then we talk, now we meet here, and the next step must be that we get involved in real problems, work together and make us strong together. But the next step must be that, for example, you give problems you have here and we help you with the problems. And by working on a task, on a job, we will learn, you get feedback, you maybe get resources, and that must be the next level of development this program. But if we just come over and look, that's nice, that's important, but the really next level is to work together. And I think that's a high potential because we are in the field study here, and that's a really new thing of real-time learning. And that's a pretty new thing, and we have to develop that. And that is, of course, a bad situation in war, but we must be able to do the best out of it.
First of all, I must tell you that reading some reports or seeing some news on TV is totally different than seeing those things on the field. So for me, it was really a wake-up call. Lviv has a real opportunity to become a resilience hub for the whole Europe, because all these guys from the management of the cities who have, of course, committees and procedures must come here and take this cold shower. So yes, we will launch a plan of sharing this valuable information in our system. We are not thinking of the worst things to happen. Maybe we will not have battlefield, but it's possible anytime to have refugees, for example. Most impressed I was about these skills of managing a high amount of people in a short period of time. So yes, I recommend them to organize better all this. I don't know how to call it, but you expect from community response for a popular support, but you have to coordinate it. Well, to handle or to receive thousands of people or hundreds of thousands of people in a short period and sort all these goods, the donated goods, and to give them to the right people is a huge effort. And I think there is a long time work to do in our cities to prepare for this.